Costly faithfulness. Be faithful, even to the point of death, and I will give you life as your victor's crown. Revelation chapter 2, verse 10b. God is the fortress of refuge. David runs to God to take refuge. O Lord, I'll put my trust. Be thou a strong rock, a house of defense. Pull out the entangled net on my feet. Into thine hand I'll commit my spirit. Thou hast redeemed me, O Lord God of truth. Asking on God's character. Psalm chapter 31. God's righteousness. Save me in your righteousness. Key lesson. Deliverance comes from his character, not own goodness. God's name. For the sake of your name, lead and guide me. Key lesson. Rely on God's royal character and reputation. The rock of refuge. Costly faithfulness. Psalm chapter 31, verse 1 to 3. Fire. The storm. Surrender under fire. David calls God his rock and fortress, but he does so from within the storm. God the refuge. God my rock and fortress. The cost. Faithfulness costs. David his illusion of self-sufficiency. He must actively run to God for refuge rather than relying on his own tactics or power. In you, O Lord, I take refuge. Let me never be put to shame. In your righteousness, deliver me. For you are my rock and my fortress.
Costly faithfulness. Psalm chapter 31 verse 4. Living faithfully leaves a person exposed to hidden nets set by others. Hidden traps of a fallen world. Vulnerability to traps. Verse 4. Nets tripwires. Choosing integrity and trust. A real risk of being targeted or taken advantage of. But trusting God to provide escape. Integrity. The vulnerability. Choosing integrity and trust over compromise carries a real risk of being targeted or taken advantage of. Pull me out of the net which they have secretly laid for me, for you are my strength. Psalm chapter 31 verse 4. The ultimate deposit. The meaning of costly surrender in Psalm chapter 31 and Luke chapter 23. Total deposit visualized. Our life, spirit. Total deposit. Active, voluntary and trusting, not passive resignation. Psalm chapter 31 verse 5 explained. David's prayer, version 5. Into your hand I commit my spirit. You have redeemed me, O Lord, faithful God. What it means. A total deposit of his life into God's care, trusting past redemption for present trouble. Ultimate cost. The Son of God. Luke chapter 23 verse 46. Jesus quotes Psalm chapter 31 verse 5 on the cross. Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. Demonstrating the ultimate example of costly surrender. Fruits of costly of faithfulness. Immunity to shame. Peace 31-1. Divine strength. Peace 31-4. Vindication. Peace 31-5b. Reaping God's truth and redemption. Taking a risky refuge. Version 4. Faithfulness costs the illusion of self-sufficiency. You actively run to God, exposing yourself to hidden nets, rather than relying on your own. Costly faithfulness is surrender, trust, redemption. In every storm, commit your spirit to the faithful God.